you very much. It's really great to see so many people gathered to fight here today for what is only right and just, and what is truly one of the most important issues of our day. I want to thank Marriage Equality New York for organizing this rally, and the many volunteers and others who have helped bring us all together today. For my entire public life, LGBT equality has been a central focus of my work. And I fight for equality for gays and lesbians and bisexual and transgender people, not just for their sake, but also to ensure that the equal protection clause of the Constitution is not simply words on a piece of parchment. Since I joined Congress in 1992, there have been many struggles and many important pieces of legislation. To fight against passing, don't ask, don't tell. To fight to repeal, don't ask, don't tell. End the employment and housing discrimination. The Uniting American Families Act, my bill, UAFA, to end discrimination against same-sex couples, one of whom is a foreigner who can't sponsor his or her partner to come to this country. The gratuitous cruelty of keeping lovers apart in separate countries for no reason other than sheer prejudice. And marriage equality. Marriage equality is not a matter of if in this country, it's a matter of when. The history of this country is largely a history of expanding the meaning and the understanding of the phrase in the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal. When that was written, all men meant just that, all men. Didn't mean women, didn't mean black men or Native American men, it meant white men, property-owning white men. That's what it meant to the people who wrote it. But in every generation we have fought to expand that, to expand it beyond property-owning men, to expand it beyond white men, to expand it beyond men, to expand it to different genders. The last frontier is LGBT equality. That the Declaration of Independence included gay and lesbians and transgender and bisexual people in its guarantees, and so does the Constitution. We have watched, and it is inevitable, as the other barriers have fallen, so will these. We have watched as our nation has become more and more supportive of marriage equality, as this and the last generation of Americans begin to grow up without the misunderstandings and fears of previous generations. Because as gays and lesbians and others have come out of the closet in the last generation and a half, people discover, hey, it's my friend, it's my cousin, it's my uncle. There's nothing to fear. And if you look at the polling data, the people under 35 don't understand why it's an issue. What's the big deal? You know it's inevitable. You know it's inevitable. The age, the older people are opposed, the middle-aged people are mixed, and the younger people are all supportive. So it's inevitable. There's no question it's inevitable, but that's of no great comfort for people who want to get married now. To stand here and tell you, don't worry, in 50 years, no one will remember that this was an issue. It's true. There's no great comfort to people who want to be married now, for people who want to stay in this country with their partners now. So our task is to take the inevitable and make it speedy. To take the inevitable and make it happen as fast as possible. And that's what we're fighting for. That's why we have to elect pro-gay marriage state senators in New York. So this year, so New York can join that expanding band of states that recognize gay marriage. That's why we have to pass the Uniting American Families Act in Washington so people aren't separated because they're gay or lesbian. That's why we have to pass my bill, the Respect for Marriage Act, so that when New York, when other states recognize gay marriage, recognize same-sex marriage, the federal government will do likewise. Yeah! When the Defense of Marriage Act, DOMA, one of the great frauds in history, one of the great frauds in its name, defense of marriage, defense against what? When that bill was passed in 1996, one of the worst betrayals in history, we knew we had to repeal it. We knew it had to go. The only question was, would we repeal it in Congress or with the courts declared unconstitutional first. We certainly can't depend on the courts that we may. So we have to pass the RMA, the Respect for Marriage Act, and we're going to pass it. It may take a year or 2 or even 3, but we will pass it. And we will fight for it. And now we will fight for the New York State Senate, we'll fight for marriage equality in New York, and we'll fight for marriage equality across the country, and then across the world, so that everyone may enjoy the same liberty as his or her brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and friends, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of gender identity. This is our new frontier. We will conquer this new frontier as long as we work hard at it. I pledge to continue in this effort. I know you all will, and we'll get there as long as we persevere. Thank you very much.